So,
welcome to the Thompson with Matt and myself. Okay, we're just gonna wait until a few of you guys say hi and join us. Why don't you put this there? Yeah, and then I'll do mine. If you guys only saw what's going on here right now with all these mobiles.
everybody, here with Lital.
Hi guys.
We're just gonna wait for new people to hop on here.
Awesome.
Too many
Yeah,
phones.
too many phones. Okay. Okay, I think we can
Get this to work. Yeah.
There we go. Okay, amazing. Well, welcome guys. So here's how this went down. You guys are probably wondering, well, how did me and Matt, decide to collaborate on something like this? But it was actually me who reached out to him. I recently have had a lot of men ask me, do men do Arbonne? And what is this Arbonne thing all about? So I decided, who else am I going to go to than this guy who's a rock star right here? And he's like, yeah, me. And kind of interview him. I want everyone to hear how Arbonne is a business, not only for females, but really it's a business for anybody who wants to work it as a business. So I wanted to start off by asking you to share a little bit about what your story is, because I know that Arbonne isn't the only thing that you do. So what else?
Yeah, absolutely. So really, when I was a lot younger, my desire in my future was always to kind of be the type of person to not really just work for somebody for the rest of my life. So I've always kind of had that ambition and that drive to create multiple streams of income in my life. So right now, what my life looks like is Arbonne is kind of plan A. So this is kind of the staple in the day-to-day. And it's because of Arbonne that I've been able to do things like leave the corporate world, which I've been in for 10 years as of earlier this year. But also, too, it's allowed me to do some other things that I've really wanted to do. And I've got two growing e-commerce businesses. And I'm also in real estate investing as well. So I try to keep busy, but the thing is, it's all on my terms. And that's the key. That's the key for me.
Amazing. So when did you hear about Arbonne?
So actually, it's been 2018 now. It goes all the way back to 2010 actually. So it's been about 8 years since Arbonne came into my life. And
how were you introduced, or who talked to you about Arbonne?
So I have an older sister named Natalie, and at the time she was a teacher. And it's funny because I always say, I don't know if she was just like really smart or like really naive, because she never actually asked me to do Arbonne. She just approached me because she was thinking of doing it. And it's funny, I ran a business for the first time when I was 20 years old, and she actually used to work for me. So it was great, bossing my older sister around, loved that part. But I was confused because I never thought that I could business opportunity come out of her mouth. So she kind of came to me and said, hey, I'm thinking of doing this Arbonne thing. Can you take a look at it? Just let me know if it's a good idea. And so I really looked at it as if I was going to buy a business, if I was going to buy a franchise. I was franchising for 10 years. And I just kind of did the due diligence as if it was any other business I was going to buy, and I was blown away. And I recommended that she jump into it. Okay. Because at the time I was in the corporate world and working 100 hours a week. I had no space for myself or to take on anything else, let alone. And once she kind of got into it, and I thought, wow, like she's having a ton of success. As far as I was concerned, I had no idea what she was doing. But it was.
I find that quite a bit. Just the other day, a dude came up to me and he's like, okay, so what exactly do you do?
Right. Yeah, and she just basically was having the success, and I was like, I can do this. And I saw there was just so much abundance coming from what she was doing, so much positivity. And I thought, this is kind of what I'm looking for in my life. Now, I didn't, full disclosure, especially for any of the dudes watching, never did I foresee myself representing personal care products or being part of the network marketing industry. But, sometimes things come in a way you don't expect, right? And I looked at it objectively, and I thought, this is something I can do. And I see the opportunity over anything else, and that's kind of how I got into it. So,
okay, so you jumped in
2011, October 2011. So this is 7 years this month, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, and in 2011, when you jumped in, how did your journey go? Like because today you are a VP.
Yeah, regional vice president. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So basically, when I got started, it was funny because I know a lot of people when they look at this, no, they were no for a while, and sometimes it took a couple exposures before they really thought, this is something for me. I really, when I did the research, I saw it instantly, and I thought, great opportunity. Now, my hesitation wasn't around the opportunity; it was around me. Like, could I do this? But once I kind of got through all that, I realized very quickly. I said to my sister, I'm like, I will do this. at one point, it's just, for me, timing was everything at the point again. I was basically running the province of Alberta for the company I was with, just really kind of making sure that success was being had in my current role. And I just, once I finally got to the point where I started the business, which was October 2011, it took off very quickly. So I actually left that job and started my Arbonne business, and I grew to area manager in 4 months. So, because I knew it was just about helping other people and adding value to others. And so I built a team really quickly, and we took off.
Did you find, for you, what was your biggest objection? Did you find that ego really got in the way, especially in the beginning? I find that that's something that a lot of men and females, I mean, have pretty big ego, especially, 9 years ago. So it's something that you kind of had to fight with.
Absolutely. And I always say, the biggest thing was, my biggest hesitation, I think everyone has hesitations when they consider something like this. But the reality is, I just looked at it again objectively and at the opportunity. And I realized that my biggest obstacle is myself. I thought, what are people going to think about me doing this, what could be perceived as a little lipstick company, which is not that, obviously. So the big thing was I had to get over myself. It was just a matter of, again, pushing the ego aside and realizing that this is a phenomenal opportunity that can add a ton of value to other people's lives. And for that, you can gain a ton of success that's time leveraged and create an asset in life. That's the way I looked at it. So it was a matter of, there was a couple times of me getting over myself at the beginning, but I'm so thankful that I did. So, yeah.
And you have a pretty big business with family. Like a lot of family is in your business. I think one of the biggest businesses that I know that have a lot of family involved.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
How is that working with family?
Yeah, so my sister's my sponsor. My mom is probably watching right now. Hi, Mom. Is a district manager, directs and myself, and we have cousins. We have aunts, uncles. My aunt is regional vice president as well. I think we have. It's kind of like a moving target, but I think we have 10 family members in the business. So yeah, I think we're a bit of an anomaly, but I'll take it. So.
Amazing. Yeah. So what would you say, for all the men that are watching this right now, that are contemplating whether or not Arbonne is something that could be a fit for them, what advice would you give? Yeah, because I do have to, I have to say that when I first started Arbonne, and I'm sure when I started in 2009, you started in 2011, Arbonne was mainly a skincare company.
Totally.
Right? But I mean, I've seen things change and evolve throughout the years. And I would say today, it's very much so not only a skincare company, but a huge percentage is the nutrition.
Absolutely.
And men, that's something that they can maybe, relate to more.
Totally.
The fact that it's a big nutrition company as well.
For sure. And when I was introduced to this, I just realized very quickly that the main product that I got excited about, around 2011, the nutrition was really starting to kind of grow and become more of a focus. Just one of the things I loved about it was the fact that I just realized very quickly that I'm already buying all of these products from somewhere anyways. And for anyone watching, whether you like it or not, you're already a consumer in this industry, and you will be for the rest of your life. You're buying personal care products from somewhere. And I realized that, and I thought, if I just redirect my spending into what I got educated about on a healthier, safer option in terms of products, and just redirect that spending into myself financially, for anybody, it just makes sense. To me, it was a no-brainer in that sense. So I think in terms of for males considering this or looking at this and wondering, hey, is this something that men can do? I think that, I'm generalizing a little bit, but I think men typically look at this and are appealed to it for the business opportunity. And that's purely what I was looking at it for myself. But I do know that in order to have good business, you need to have a strong product or service. And I realized through the research and due diligence I did that Arbonne's second to none. So the biggest thing is we have an amazing product that can add a ton of value to people's lives. But I also know that more people go to bed at night worried about their bank account than their skincare. So I saw that as the opportunity to really impact people's lives. And for that, you can be generating, very nicely for helping other people. And that's all really what we are as vice presidents, is we just help a lot of people do this, right? This is just a vehicle. And for any guys, I would just recommend, if you're considering this, it is an amazing opportunity to create an asset in your life, to create income streams, and really just create a lot of choice. And that's all I was looking for.
Okay, last question, and then we are done. How has your life changed, or what's different today, after you started Arbonne, and just what is different for you?
Yeah, so at a young age, again, I was fortunate enough to, be put in front of a lot of opportunities for personal growth and development. Running a business at a young age, had amazing mentors and coaches, and I really got into reading for a purpose of, developing myself and kind of my perspective on things for abundance and growth, and being able to create choice in life. And really, what it's done is it's allowed me to think big. And I saw Arbonne as a piece of the puzzle, as a vehicle to allow me just to create choice in life. And in my perspective, what else does anyone want than the ability to choose? And I know, and obviously that ties into money. I mean, money's not the most important thing, but it helps to give yourself some more choice. And so that's where, I kind of looked at it and said, hey, I want to be in a position where I'm able to live a life by design and control my own time. I've had an amazing experience working for some great companies and working with some amazing people, but I wanted to get to the point where I was able to completely control my own time and have complete control of, strong finances to back that up. So really, I'm kind of living my vision right now, being able to control my time. Again, great experience in the corporate world, but knew that I was going to be more fulfilled by doing my own thing and building businesses that really excited me, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now. So I was able to leave the corporate world, was able to get into real estate investing and purchase a couple houses within a couple of years just because of Arbonne. And spending time doing some cool things, traveling, and spending time around amazing people that are doing big things. So, yeah.
And I'm just gonna, before we go, one last thing. I feel like there is a big, misconception out there in terms of the income potential. A lot of people think or assume, or maybe they've heard from a friend or heard from their parents, that this is a business that, is mainly for stay-at-home moms who are looking to bring in $200, $500 extra per month.
Right.
So maybe just talk about the average income in terms of the compensation plan.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so basically one of the things that I loved about this when I was taking a look at it for myself was, I looked at it again very much from a business perspective and looked at, how does the money work, right? And one of the things that I loved is the only way that money is made, first of all, is when product is sold, which means that there's value being exchanged for money. There's none of that like, hey, if you get started, we're going to make all the money. And there's none of that. And that's what I love, the integrity of the compensation plan and how this is set up. I love the fact that it was very simple too. There's only 4 levels of management. I've seen other compensation plans with like 25 levels, super crazy, and it didn't make sense. But with this, again, first level management is district manager. So the average across Canada, you're making a couple $100, maybe about $300 or so. But I've seen it range anywhere from 0. So if you're not doing the work, you're not getting paid. This is an effort-based business. But I've seen, district managers make all the way up to about $1,500 a month. And that's part-time effort aside from what your life looks like on a current day-to-day basis. So it's just a matter of weaving it into your business and being deliberate about it. Next level from there is area manager. Average income is about $1,400 a month. Ranges anywhere from $800 to about $4,000 a month. I've seen some area managers too. And we're not talking a long time to get there. I think the company average in Canada is about 16, 17 months to get there. I got there in 4. Again, it was just a matter of how quickly.
I got there in 9.
9 months. Okay. So again, everyone's journey is different. Next level is, yeah, there we go. Yeah, but you beat me to the top. So, but regional vice president's the next level. A lot of people call that Mercedes-Benz level. So that's why you see a lot of people driving around in white Mercedes. It's kind of just one of the cool perks of being with Arbonne. But at that point, the money really can get game-changing for a lot of people, and that's where a lot of people find a lot more choice in their life. Average monthly income's around, I think, about $6,800 or so across Canada, but it can range anywhere from $4,000 all the way up to $14,000 or so as a regional vice president, and then national vice president, which is Lital is at that level. And average monthly income across Canada is about $19,000 a month. So we're not just talking about, hey, a couple bucks here and there. Like, this can be the opportunity for someone to have that. I've heard people say extra shoe money or Lululemon money or whatever you're looking for, or it can be that, yeah, life-changing, as some people say, gangster money, or whatever it is that you're looking for. But it comes with work, obviously, and it's just a matter of, saying, hey, I want more in life. I want to step out of my comfort zone and develop and grow into the person that becomes a national vice president, right? So that's a bit of a peek as to the type of money, and I think a lot of people don't realize that that is the opportunity, and that's what is in anyone's grasp if they want it.
Thank you so much.
No problem. No problem.
Guys, if anything intrigued you, if anything inspired you tonight, then definitely get in touch with your independent consultant, and they can get you more information. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, no problem. That was fun.
Okay, bye, guys.
See you, everyone.